Yeah, people act like work is some moral achievement. No, work is compliance with capitalism.
Exactly.
I don't have a job, I have integrity.
Hello, my friends. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad you could be here today. We have a great one planned for you, especially because today is Veterans Day, and I want to give a shout out to all the veterans out there watching. Thank you so much for your service and for any sacrifices that have been made in order for us to enjoy the freedoms that we have today. Thank you very much. We owe you everything. Well, we need to thank today's sponsor. It is at Warrior Artist 2024. Thank you very much, Warrior, for sponsoring today's episode yet again. I do appreciate it, and I'm pretty sure everybody else out there watching the Dave Show appreciates it too. Well, Warrior, I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day, but we've got a lot of show to get to. It looks like the shutdown is nearing an end because we've got a few Democrats that finally had the courage to do the right thing. We have some EBT drama, and of course, some Democrats being violent Democrats as always, but what can you do? Apparently not very much. But let's get into, my friends. It's going to be a great show. So let's stop talking and let's do it. News and nuts. News and nuts. Hey, it's news and nuts. Well, it looks like the shutdown is finally nearing an end because the Democratic Party finally had a few people to step up and do the right thing, to have an ounce of courage and go against their party and go for the American people. Let's take a look at who they are. And let's hear a little bit from some of the Democrats that chose to do the right thing, like I said, to choose American citizens over illegal aliens.
I have to go back to what the strategy was at the beginning of the shutdown. There were two goals.
There was no path to any fix on health care with the government closed.
Many of my friends are unhappy. They think we should have kept our government closed indefinitely to protest the policies of the Trump administration.
The problem was the shutdown wasn't accomplishing either goals, and there was practically, well, there was zero likelihood that it was going to.
Well, I don't have much to say about those individuals, and they're going to have to explain themselves to their constituents and to the American people.
And here are a few points from the shutdown compromise that was made. We're going to be funding the government through January 30th. We're going to be covering SNAP, WIC issues, veterans, reinstating workers, back pay for workers, and of course, those ACA subsidies. They're going to vote on that. And it's these Obamacare subsidies. I think that it's the heart of this shutdown because that gives a lot of money to these insurance companies. It also helps pretty much pay for all of these illegal aliens to get free health care. It is such a grift, and it needs to be, look, it was never supposed to be permanent. It was always supposed to be temporary. The Democrats even voted during Biden's administration for these subsidies to be temporary. And yet here they are saying, if we don't get it, people will die. And that's always their go-to argument. And President Trump was asked if he was going to abide by all of the terms of the deal that was presented. And here's what he had to say.
We'll be opening up our country very quickly.
Mr. President, that deal does reverse the mass firings your administration put through during the shutdown. Did you sign off on that, and will you abide by that if this passes?
Well, I will be. I'll abide by the deal. The deal is very good.
And of course, because some Democrats decided to do the right thing, more division is being sowed inside the Democratic Party. They are pissed. Apparently, they just really love, I don't know, making the American people suffer, having their constituents starve, go without food. I mean, they don't care. They're getting paid. But let's take a listen and watch some of the, I don't know, outrage from some of these Democrats.
Oh, I think this whole thing stinks. And I think most members of the House caucus on the Democratic side are absolutely outraged.
We'll continue that fight today, tomorrow, this week, next week, this month, next month, this year, next year.
What this Senate is about to do is make a horrific situation even worse.
There's no way to defend this. And you are right to be angry about it. I'm angry about it.
Some additional good news besides the shutdown nearing an end, if they can get through the 8 votes and get through the House. President Trump just announced that they're going to use some of the tariff money as dividends to give back to the people in the middle class and the lower income level people of the country. I think that's totally awesome news.
One of the things we're going to do, we're going to issue a dividend to our middle income people and lower income people of about $2,000. And we're going to use the remaining tariffs to lower our debt.
And like I mentioned before, the Democrats are really mad. They're furious that the government's going to open, that some of these Democrats capitulated and gave in to, I don't know, maybe help their constituents for once. But the knives are out for Schumer because he allowed this to happen. And, well, take a listen at some of this venom.
The president is kind of getting what he wanted. It doesn't feel like a gentleman's agreement. It feels like Lucy and the football.
Now you're going to open the government up, and what did you get in return?
Right.
Nothing?
Right.
Nothing? This is the end of Chuck Schumer as we go forward.
I think Chuck Schumer, his days are over. If he cannot keep his caucus together, he needs to go. He needs to be replaced.
With guns a-blazing for Schumer to retire, which honestly, I totally think he should. Like, he's been in Congress for 45, 50 years or something. He has more than enough money to retire very comfortably. Just go out on your deck and eat some more frozen patties off the grill. But here's what President Trump has to say regarding Schumer and kind of where the Democratic Party is at and why they're doing so horrible right now.
What message do you have for Schumer tonight?
Well, I think he made a mistake in going too far.
Going too far, how?
Well, he just went too far. He thought he could break the Republicans, and the Republicans broke him. But he did think that we have good policy, they have bad policy. And there's something, I don't know if it's Trump derangement or are they just crazed. They're like crazed lunatics. But, we have just great policy.
Finally, there's a little bit of drama from what President Trump said about the air traffic controllers and that he wanted to give a bonus. Let's see what he had to say.
You put out a Truth Social post earlier today.
I did.
Where you blasted the air traffic controllers who had not shown up for work and offered potentially a bonus of $10,000 for those who have worked despite the shutdown.
Life is not so easy for anybody. Our country's never done better. We should not have had people leaving their jobs. And what I basically did is say the ones that stayed, of which there were a lot of them, I'm sending them a $10,000 bonus.
Where's that money coming from?
I don't know. I'll get it from someplace. I always get the money from someplace regardless. It doesn't matter. I do a lot of bonuses for people because it's really something that, it's like the American way when you think about it. So here's somebody that goes and shows up every single day. Some of them showed up early because they knew there was going to be a problem. Those people should be rewarded. Others, we can't make it. We can't. A lot of the people that showed up also had a second job. They took a second job temporarily, but they all know the money's coming, and the money was coming. So I want to reward the people that showed up without a lot of nonsense, without a lot of talk. They did their job, and in many cases, they worked longer hours to get us through this period.
And here's the little bit of drama I was talking about. Pete Buttigieg just had to insert himself into the situation. Let's see what he had to say. The president wouldn't last 5 minutes as an air traffic controller, and after everything they've been through and the way this administration has treated them from day one, he has no business crapping on them now. Well, that, of course, is going to be answered by somebody in the administration. Let's see who it is. Of course, it's Secretary Sean Duffy, who holds Pete's old job. And he says, give me a break. You're basically AWOL at the Department of Transportation. I spend my whole day dealing with your neglect and cleaning up your messes. Sit this one out. Good advice. All right, my friends, that's it for the news. Now on to the nuts. We are going to be jumping right into that liberal pool of madness, so plenty of nuts to go around. So sit back, relax, and buckle up. We're about to enter the Lib Zone.
People act like work is some moral achievement. No, work is compliance with capitalism.
Exactly. Refusing to work is resistance. It's praxis. We're participating in the downfall, not the rat race.
Yeah, I don't have a job. I have integrity.
And our EBT card? That's community redistribution, baby.
Stop Trump before we all end up with jobs. Well, that would actually be a nice change of pace for once. Please don't feed the bears. It creates a dependent population unable to take care of themselves. Oh, you mean just like welfare programs? I'm not saying get rid of welfare. I'm just saying let's doge the crap out of it to get rid of all the fat and fraud so that it can run more efficiently for the people that actually need it. And here's a new toy line coming out this Thanksgiving, honoring the SNAP recipients that we've seen here on TikTok and other social media. Let's take a look. Welfare Queen SNAP Edition. Oh yeah, that's pretty accurate. Except, why is there only one kid? There should be, oh, that's probably the bonus pack. Well, it looks like we're finally making some progress on Title IX and reestablishing, respect for women in sports. Let's check it out. Well, we have a man boxing a woman, just pummeling her with the shirt that says, "It's ma'am." But as we'll see, someone intervenes. It's President Trump, and he says, "You're done." And it looks like they are done. Breaking: male athletes now banned from competing against women in the Olympics. Wow. Here's last year's women's semifinalists. And yeah, they were both dudes. Look, I don't even know why we're discussing this. Men should never, ever be able to compete against women in a sport unless it's, I don't know, like maybe ping pong or something. Tiddlywinks. Yeah, that's about it. Look, I'm not even sure where to start with that. I mean, there's got to be a guy out there that's into that, right? Liberals, if we could just jail Trump, get rid of MAGA, end the Electoral College, stack the Supreme Court, ban voter ID, and censor free speech, we could save democracy. Yes. These people are retarded.
If you motherfuckers put a complete abortion ban into this nation,
okay,
women got nothing else to lose. I'm just going to put that out there. What the
Really?
else do we have to lose at this point? We're going to burn this shit to the ground. I hope you realize that.
Well, I don't know. Maybe you could stop obsessing about killing babies and focus more on becoming a good person. And I don't know, maybe becoming a good mother? That would be crazy.
Whoever gets footage of that first ICE agent that actually gets one straight through the skull, please post that. Or just DM me it. That would be wonderful. Thank you.
For being the party of love and tolerance, these people are sick and disturbed.
I need some legitimate advice, people. What are we doing over the holidays when our ass conservative family comes at us with the most unhinged bullshit? Like, I'm not trying to ruin relationships here, but I need them to shut the fuck up, respectfully.
Oh,
Can someone in the comments just, like, give me a little one-liner? Give me something.
Texas gun teacher says if she was going to be there, I'd call in sick for dinner and go hit a Chinese carry-out place. That actually sounds pretty dang delicious. Bayou and Beyond says, this is what I'm bringing to your Thanksgiving get-together. That's it's pretty awesome. I don't know, though. Pepperoni and strawberries? That's kind of a nasty combination, but it looks great. Nurse on Duty says, how about you were right? I love my fam more than I hate politicians I don't even know. Sorry. Well, geez Louise, that would go a long way to repair a lot of damaged families out there. And here's Jimmy Kimmel's wife on a podcast having a therapy session on how she hates family members that voted for Donald Trump.
It hurts me so much because of the personal relationship I now have where my husband is out there fighting this man. And to me, them voting for Trump is them not voting for my husband and me and our family. And I unfortunately have kind of lost relationships with people in my family now. When I see these terrible stories every day, I'm immediately mad at certain aunts, uncles, cousins who put him in power. And it's really hard. And I wish I could like deprogram myself in some way.
And Greg Gutfeld gives a great explanation on why it is so important for these type of people for you to agree with them.
How did you get to the point where people will no longer talk to their families over Trump? Is because of stories like that portrayed Trump in a way that was false. The Fine People hoax was like one of the biggest ones. People were like, Joe Biden claimed that was the reason why he ran for president, was on the Fine People hoax, which was obviously a hoax, and this now we see as a hoax. But if you were to talk to Mrs. Kimmel, she would not know what you were talking about. She probably still believes the fine people in the story of fine people on both sides. She probably believes that BBC has never cut anything in her life. But when people aren't planning on saying what they're going to say, truth comes out. The truth came out. She said it was her. She needed the deprogramming. It was not that there was something wrong with her relatives. She realized she was exhausted by being angry all the time. But that's on her. It's like if you have a choice of putting these things in your head. You don't have to think about Trump all the time. The conservatives, I'm sure when she emailed her conservative relatives and said, here's the 10 reasons why you shouldn't vote for Donald Trump, which is what she did, they probably looked at it and then went on and played pickleball. Mm-hmm. They did something. They're not going to respond, not because they don't like her, it's just because they got other things to do, and she needs to have other things to do. She's producing a show, for sakes, which is terrible. They need to deprogram that. But anyway, the bigger issue for me always is, why is it so important to them that you agree with them? It's a thing that has to do ultimately with self-doubt. When somebody needs you to agree with them, it's like, they can't and I go back, the whole trans argument to me is the perfect example of this, is that you couldn't question them on that because even they knew if they were wrong, what that really meant. It meant children being mutilated. And it's like, you have to call them on it.
And here's yet another person with extreme TDS and the sacrifices that she has made because of her mental illness.
Last year, on November 6, 2024, I woke up around between 3 and 4 a.m. in a panic. And the first thing I do is I look at my phone and I Google presidential election results. And if it comes up, Donald J. Trump projected winner, and I went into a full-blown panic attack. I went to the bathroom, I just splashed cold water on my face. I was just like, full-blown panic. And I'm just like, how the hell did this happen? I didn't see this coming. And once again, I didn't see it coming in 2016. So what an idiot I am, My husband's trying to tell me, well, we made it through the first one. Like, you just got to get through it. And I'm just like, no, this time is different. And I just remember being so sad and depressed for like a week. But yeah, a lot has changed in a year. I'm not the same person that I was before that date. I have changed a lot, and I told myself that I'm not going to be quiet anymore. Like, I'm not going to associate with people that align with these extreme views. And that's not changing. It sucks. Trust me, I still mourn things every day, mourn people. But I can't do it. I can't do it, and I'm not going to keep my mouth shut, and we have to keep our foot on the gas, because in 2028, I don't know how we're going to do another 3 years of this, because it's been hell the first year. I don't know if we're going to get, I don't know. I don't know. But we're here. We're doing it, right? But we can't let this shit happen again. And I don't know if this man wants, we know he doesn't want to leave office. I can't even think, my brain cannot even think about 3 years from now, because it just doesn't even, I don't know. But yeah, it's been a year. We survived, and we're just going to keep it going.
It's really baffling to me how, like, people have already just given up on the idea of a general, in the sense that, like, so many people are just, they're already like, oh yeah, well, people can't just go on strike. Well, people don't have the resources to blah. And all I can think of is, like, one day, we can't strike for singular, like, we all can't be like, hey, next Wednesday, work. Everyone understands work, yet no one can understand, let's all just take the day off on the same day. It is literally that simple. It is not, oh, we need to have this long, drawn out multiple days. We've never done a general strike. Never in the history of the United States has a general strike even been f***ing attempted. And we're already just, oh yeah, well, it's not gonna work. Can't do it. Seriously, folks, what are we doing?
Okay, that guy is straight up crazy. And look, if you want to take the day off, fine. Just don't drag all of us into your delusion. Seems a little extreme.
Is this illegal? Should I have to go around at the end of the driveway, or should I be able to walk through if there was ample space to pull up?
Well, honestly, I'm not sure about that. The only thing that I can think of is if you were forced to walk into the street to get around that truck on a daily basis, and that street was extremely busy, and you're putting yourself at real risk, maybe somebody should get involved with that. Otherwise, I'd say just walk around the stupid truck. Let's see what some other people have to say. Laura Dax says, yes, definitely call 911 and record the entire thing and post it. Armed Kitten says, walk around the effing truck. Seek therapy afterward if you feel the need. That sounds like valid advice. Russell Smith says, call the manager of the sidewalk company. I think that is exactly who you need to call. Delancey says, did it hurt you to walk around the truck? Did it have any impact on your day, Karen? Get a life and leave people alone.
They still line up in other countries.
It doesn't matter. You don't need to be racist.
I'm not being racist.
You literally said speak our culture and like speak our language. That's racist right there.
No.
You want to fight me on it?
Yeah, we're fighting right now.
Yeah, I'll fight you.
Culture and language is not race. Like,
this is America. In America, there's English, there's Spanish, there's Chinese people. There's a lot of people. So don't be racist.
Well, actually, any man who says he's an American, but something else also isn't an American at all. We have room for but one flag, the American flag. We have room for but one language here, and that is the English language. Hello, lady. And we have room for but one sole loyalty, and that is a loyalty to the American people. That's from Theodore Roosevelt. And this is just an excerpt from a longer op-ed that he did. But yeah, you're totally on the wrong side of this, lady.
He doesn't deserve it.
Don't be stupid.
Oh, really? I'm stupid for standing up for somebody?
You're not standing up for anybody.
Oh, buddy. I'm recording you right now, bud. You're going to go viral.
Everyone's going to want to watch.
Yeah, you being racist. Buddy, we all heard you. There's two of them over there. Thank you. Buddy, we heard you talk to him and you were racist. Yeah, I'll record you for my own safety and for his safety too.
Welcome. If you have your club card, $5.99. If you have your club card.
Yeah, so in the line over there, he didn't understand. He cut the line.
Wow, this chick just cannot leave it alone.
And told him to get out of our country and to speak our language, and so I stood up for him. And he basically went off on me. And this guy that left, he's gone now, but I'm gonna...
Yeah, you want to stay out of this conversation.
No, I can't. I can't. Yeah, I'm fine. You good? Of course.
Seriously? You gotta go in your car and record about it? Just give it a rest.
So I went to Safeways to get Advil. Bitch has a headache. She has a little cramp. It's okay.
Oh, that explains it. She's not just a Karen. She's a Karen with cramps. That's like a final boss level Karen. That's the worst kind of Karen.
I go get in line at the self-checkout. I'm standing in line. This beautiful, sexy, dark-skinned man accidentally gets in line in front of us. Who gives a fat? I'm 30 minutes late to class now. I'm a senior in college. I should be mad. I'm not. Okay, yeah, you saw him. So the guy in front of me said something. The first thing he said was, "Hey, Mexican. There are lines in other countries. There are lines in other countries. You're in America. Speak our language. Like you have to learn our culture." And so that's what I started recording. I said, "Hey, stop it." And then that's when he turned around to me. And then that's when everything happened.
It's time for Dave's Detox. Okay. Ooh, challenge. All right. Oh. Nice. It's getting pretty high there. Oh. Jeez. Wow.
Dude, what? How? How?
Okay, that's kind of creepy.
There's many of you right now.
This is a smart little puppy. It's so adorable. That's awesome. No. He actually had that problem. Nice. Playing on the tram. No. Aww. They love each other. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and thank you to all those that subscribed and anybody that hit that thumbs up. Thank you very much. And if you decided to share the episode, well, that's an extra bonus. Now listen, before you take off, there's going to be a couple of videos showing up. There's going to be one right around here and one right in this area in just a second. I think you're going to enjoy them, so check it out. Well, until the next episode, stay safe, know that you are loved, and have a great day.
I got nightmares in my head, I fear that the thoughts build up until I can't hear.